What happens when a serene vacation turns into a nightmare? Imagine the tranquility of the Maasai Mara National Reserve, Kenya's crown jewel of wildlife conservation, disrupted by the raging force of nature. The story begins on a day just like any other, with tourists enjoying the beauty of the wild, unaware of the impending disaster. Suddenly, the skies darken, heavy seasonal rains pour down, and the Talek River bursts its banks. The park's entrance becomes impassable, and over 14 tourist camps are flooded, their tents swept away by the furious waters. Tourists and local staff find themselves in a terrifying situation, forced to climb trees to escape the rising waters. The serene vacation has now turned into a fight for survival. Meanwhile, the death toll in Kenya from the flooding reaches a staggering 181. There are concerns for missing individuals and wildlife, with the floods causing destruction of infrastructure and prompting rescue efforts by the government and organizations like the Red Cross. This catastrophe, exacerbated by the El Niño weather phenomenon, is not an isolated event. It is part of a larger pattern affecting East Africa, a region vulnerable to climate change. Kenya's President William Ruto labels the affected individuals as victims of climate change and orders military involvement in search and rescue operations. He urges preventive action and evacuation from high-risk areas. So where does this leave us? The situation in Kenya is a stark reminder of the devastating effects of climate change. A vacation turned nightmare, a wildlife reserve ravaged, and nearly 200 lives lost. As we come to terms with this tragedy, it's clear that we need to act, to prepare, and to mitigate the impacts of climate change for the people of Kenya and for our planet. This is not just a story of devastation, but also a call to action. As we move forward, let's remember the victims, and let's learn from this event, because the next serene vacation shouldn't turn into a nightmare.